There is a hole, and I need the cannons to the door of no return. The men don't come outside. They walk through the tunnel to the ships. But these ones are graves. They bury a lot of dead bodies here. But they identify few of the graves, 1 and 3. This is for a Ghanaian called Philip Quaque. Quaque is a Ghanaian name born on Wednesday. But the Quaque was corrupted into Quaque because the whites couldn't pronounce our name properly. Now this man, his father worked with the British. So because of that, they took the son to England. 3 of them, Philip, Thomas, and William. When they got to England, the 2 died. Quaque survived. British trained him as a pastor and a teacher. He came back to the country, then Gold Coast as a pastor. He was assigned to preach in a church. But he didn't preach to British. He only preached to mulatto children. You know mulattoes? Mixed race children. Quaque worked for the British for the rest of his life. Died October 17, 1816, 75 years of age. So because he worked for the British, that was the only reason why they honor him with a burial. Apart from this man, all the blacks who died were thrown into the sea. They were not buried. Let's go here.
Did he help in the slave trade?
His father.
What was he teaching to them?
His father, the mulattoes, he was preaching Bible. He was giving Bible to preach. So he was sent to England, trained as a pastor.
So
he came back.
A good guy for the blacks, or was a bad guy?
He was a traitor at the time. Good.
He knew he was a traitor.
He knew, but he was a low among the British, so he couldn't do Foko. You know what is Foko?
Yeah.
Foko means 0. The British surrounded him, so he couldn't do anything. But he got to a time, he was trying to preach the Bible, like use the Bible against him. And they suffocated him because they employed him. So the small money they were giving him salary, they stopped paying him. He became stranded. The way he has to follow them. He has to dance to their tune. He has to go out and do some other job to get some money to survive. You see the whole thing? Good. Now they can. These 3 are for Europeans. So, gentlemen and ladies, you can see that even in death, there was separation. Black man here, British here. This is for a British soldier called C.B. Whitehead. He died 1812, age 38. Up to now, we don't know what killed Whitehead. This is for George McLean. Ghanaians may know about McLean. McLean was a Scottish. He came here 1830. McLean came to block the tunnel. Before McLean came, slaves were going through the tunnel. He closed that. McLean was also the architect of the bond of 1844. McLean stayed in the castle 17 years. You know what killed McLean? Mosquitoes. You know mosquitoes can kill? He died 1847 from malaria, age 46. That's the wife of McLean, called Letitia Elizabeth Landon. She was the only white woman who came around during the entire period of the trade. About 2 months, she was found dead. There were lots of rumors then. Somebody said she was killed by malaria within 2 months in arrival. The other one said because McLean stayed longer, McLean wasn't going to England again. McLean has gone in for an African woman called Miss Bannerman from Accra. So when Letitia came to head of that story, out of jealousy, she took some poison and killed herself. But the last one said the woman that McLean was having fun with, they said the woman was a beautiful woman. But she wanted to have McLean forever as the husband. So when Letitia came, the Ghanaian woman posed as a servant, then poisoned Letitia so that she would get McLean to marry. So these are the theories surrounding the death of this lady. So till now, 2025, me, I don't know what killed her. But she died. She died 1837, 10 years before McLean died, age 36. So what do you think killed Letitia? Let's go this way. This is one of the cells. So this one we are going to enter. So watch your head. Let's go. You know, go fit to kill my soul. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a comfortable place. But we must know from today that this is a cell in the dungeons that British built for some of the black people like us, that they kept in the dungeon because of the bad treatment given to them. Human beings will go to toilets, they will urinate, and they will lie beside the toilet for 3 months. Nobody would like to do that. So they were suffering. There were a lot of infections in the dungeons. So some of the black people started fighting British for their freedom. They wanted freedom from the dungeons. People wanted freedom, men like us. They bring them here. Chain. This cell has 3 doors. 1 door here. We have removed this one, you can see. 1 door in the middle, and the last one. They will lock the 3 doors. No food, no water, no air. Then they kill them. They were doing that to serve as a deterrent to other Africans who wanted to fight. We have the last door left open. But look at the way we are sweating here. If they lock the 3 doors and you are here, just imagine. That was how British, who were Christians, with the church at the top, they go to church on Sundays. This is how they kill our people. But today we are not dying. We are going back.
Don't see sugar, no fi cry again. Been through fire, no fi burn again. Condition me and I no fi complain. No be free man when your mind is chained. See, I see them.
Now, if you look straight this way, you can see where the shrine is. That is where I told you they will do selection. You remember? So from there, I said the stronger slaves, they don't come outside. They go through a tunnel. So there's a tunnel from there down all the way to the door of no return where we are going. So we are on top of a big hole. Big hole. These ones are cannons from British. These ones are cannonballs. All for defense.
No sense. See, I see them killing my confidence. And them no fit telling me my offense. Ujaja send your fire, send your flood. Cause them bring sorrow, yes and blood. Only see them so he be of this God. Ujaja keep my soul till the day he comes. Can imprison my body. We not go fit to capture my soul.
This is part of the tunnel. So this one started from where the shrine is to the door of no return. So as they walk through this was where they monitor their movement. They check on them as they go to the exit. We have seen it, we are going to the end.
Can imprison my body. We not go fit to capture my.
Now all these rooms down here were British storerooms or warehouses, storerooms. Storerooms where they store sardine, sugar, mirrors, tobacco, second-hand clothing. Those goods were used in exchange for the captives. No money, it was barter. Those goods were kept here. We are going to the end of the tunnel. Instead of them going this way, they're passing. But this side was blocked by McLean when they first started. Let's go back. You remember we entered a cell, which I told you was a death cell. You remember? Yeah. This is also another cell. And this cell was built for some of the female slaves, the women, that British wanted to rape, and the women refused. Europeans didn't come to Africa with their wives. You know why? Because of mosquitoes. You know mosquitoes? Malaria. Malaria killed the Europeans. To the extent that they named the coast of West Africa the white man's grave. So only men like us came. And left their wives like you in England to take care of their children. Our British men who were here were adults, and they were not Roman fathers or priests. So they couldn't stay with that women, so they raped the African women. But sometimes you want to rape the women in a mess. Some of the women will be fighting. Those who said no to rape, they will lock them there. They will put them in this cell for 1 week. They were doing that to put fear in other women. So that tomorrow when they approach you, what will they do?